It goes hoes, money, weed, they relish. I think all of these little young niggas jealous. Gangs, Rico in the streets, they tell it. I think all of you motherfuckers selfish. I would like to welcome you to Uncle Advice. Don't make me laugh, man. Alright. On this segment of Uncle Advice, let's take a little bit of serious undertone. Ownership. Yeah, man. Ownership over attention. What does that mean to you? Well, I'll be honest with you. What it means to me is not selling your soul, right? A lot of big artists and big name celebrities, they always say, there's no point to own 100% of nothing, right? But I think that is a very, very odd way to put things, right? Because in my opinion is this: everybody wants to own something, right? Having a piece of something, having a stake in something, it's two different things, right? My thing is this: when you're an artist, I'm just only speaking specifically for an artist or a creator itself, you want to have creative control and ownership of what you can do, right? Because it's different from being a partner with somebody and they may not view things the way you view things or the way you want to put out your art. Ownership over attention, right? Because when you start to pivot into partnering and et cetera, then you're starting to gauge into an attention standpoint where you're looking at it where it's like, how can I say? You're looking into it where I'll be able to put you into the big mainstream platforms. You'll be on radio, you'll be on this, you'll be on that, you'll be on this, but you're giving up a lot of what's called ownership. You can't talk about this. You can't move like that. You can't wear this because it looks like this, right? Why can't you just be yourself, right? Why can't you express yourself the way you want to express yourself, right? Ownership over attention, right? I'm talking about the small pool of owners out there. They're not going to just give their company up for nothing, right? Everybody wants to own a piece of land. They want to own property. They want to own businesses. They want to own things that may be privy to their lifestyle. But if you bought a piece of land and then you got the piece of land, you're the owner, but then you have to worry about the attention that you want to make your house pink. Right? Do you really own it then? If you have a piece of art and instead of making it negative or let's say naked, and somebody says you can't put that out because of this, do you own it? Is it your decision or is it somebody else's decision? Big thing to think about when it comes to ownership versus attention. And I know this conversation could go in many different facets. You could talk about this in many different ways where I might not be making sense to you. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of specifically for artistry. If I own something, I don't care if it doesn't make me anything, right? But if I put it on this distribution network, there's rules and regulations and guidelines that you have to abide by because you don't own that distributing platform. But if you own your own platform, whose guidelines do you have to follow?
The fort.
My point exactly. So it's the fort. Trying to explain this to you because we own what we own. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to do that. Understand the difference and even ask yourself the question, ownership or attention? What do you want?
Because clout ain't currency, ownership is, nigga.
Exactly.
What's good, everybody? This episode is sponsored by TwinKings.com, your all-inclusive pass to everything Twin Kings. Make sure you go check that out. Where could they find it, Twin?
You can find it at TwinKings.com. That's 2WIINKINGZ.com. Let's get it.